In 2025, a powerful connection between numbers and prosperity has emerged. Have you ever wondered how numbers might influence your life beyond the basic math we use every day? Well, in Buddhist teachings, numbers hold great significance, not just as tools for counting, but as symbols of deeper truths that can guide us toward success. Today, we'll look at 6 key numbers and how they might open the door to both material and spiritual prosperity. Buddhism has always paid close attention to the subtle messages the universe offers, and numbers are one way this message comes through. They help bridge the gap between the material world and spiritual wisdom. It's as if they form a bridge between what we can touch and see and the deeper layers of our existence that are harder to grasp. To understand this connection better, think of a monk sitting by a river, watching the water flow smoothly and steadily. The water is like the rhythm of life, flowing around obstacles, never stopping. The monk observes the way the water moves, understanding that just like the river, our lives can flow smoothly if we align ourselves with the right forces. These forces, in part, are guided by the power of numbers. Now, there's an old story about a merchant who struggled for years, unsure how to succeed. One day, an elder told him about the importance of certain numbers that carried luck and balance. The merchant, with renewed hope, used these numbers in his dealings and, over time, found prosperity he never expected. This simple yet profound connection between numbers and success is not just a coincidence. It's rooted in the teachings of Buddhist wisdom. But here's the question. Could these same numbers that help the merchant bring prosperity also work for you? Could they provide a guide to creating a more balanced and meaningful life in 2025? There's something truly special about the way numbers can align with our intentions, helping us find balance, success, and peace. Before we move further into this fascinating idea, please consider supporting this channel. Your likes and subscriptions help keep this content flowing so we can continue sharing the wisdom that can improve your life and the lives of others. This research comes from a lot of time and effort, and I truly believe that through our community we can find strength and guidance. Now, are you ready to learn how these 6 numbers can open new doors for prosperity in 2025? Let's look into how the wisdom of numbers can make a meaningful difference in your life. Number 32 carries a powerful message of harmony and connection. In the world of Buddhism, balance is an essential principle, not just for the mind, but for everything around us. The number 32 serves as a symbol of this balance, reminding us of how everything in our lives is connected, both materially and spiritually. It is a number that emphasizes unity, showing that the material world and the spiritual world are not separate, but intertwined. This connection offers a reminder that our lives are meant to flow together, much like the water in a river. Consider the metaphor of a river. If you watch water flow, you notice it moves with purpose, carving its path. Always in motion, and always connected to the landscape around it. The water's path doesn't stop at one point. It flows continuously, connecting every part of the river to every other part. In the same way, number 32 is a reminder that all things are connected. Just like the water in the river, our lives are shaped by both visible and invisible forces. The material world we see and touch, and the spiritual world that we feel and experience are not separate. They work together in a flow of harmony. In Buddhist teachings, this connection is often emphasized through the idea of interdependence. Everything depends on something else for existence, and nothing exists in isolation. Number 32 encourages us to recognize this in our lives. It asks us to be mindful of how our actions in the material world affect our spiritual state, and how our spiritual growth impacts our material experiences. For example, when we practice kindness and compassion, we create a ripple effect that touches others in ways we might not even see. Our spiritual actions can bring about material results, just as the movement of the river shapes the land. The number 32 teaches that harmony can only be found when we understand and respect the connection between these two worlds. Often, people focus too much on one aspect, whether it's the material or the spiritual, without seeing how both are essential. Too much focus on material gain can lead to stress, imbalance, and a lack of fulfillment. On the other hand, neglecting the material world can lead to struggles with daily needs and responsibilities. The key is to strike a balance where both worlds support each other. Number 32 encourages us to live in a way that honors both the material world and our inner spiritual journey. Take the example of the river once more. While the water flows, it doesn't ignore the land around it. The land provides the river with its shape and direction, while the water nourishes the land. It's a mutual relationship, one where both elements support each other and thrive together. In our lives, this balance can be achieved when we recognize that spiritual growth and material success need not be in conflict. Instead, they can complement one another, creating a life of greater harmony. Number 32 also reminds us that our connection to others is vital. Just as a river's water doesn't belong solely to one part of the river or one person, our actions have an impact on the larger world. Our behavior influences the people around us, and their actions shape us in return. This interconnectedness is at the heart of Buddhist wisdom. We are all part of something greater, and our well-being depends on the well-being of others. When we nurture our own spiritual lives, we also contribute to the health and happiness of our communities. In this way, number 32 teaches us that true prosperity comes when we live in harmony with the world and the people around us. It is a number that helps us see beyond the surface to understand the deeper connections that shape our lives. Whether we are seeking success, peace, or balance, number 32 shows us that everything is connected. It reminds us to honor both the material and the spiritual, to respect the flow of life, and to embrace the unity that exists between us all. Number 14 carries the essence of focused energy, representing precision and intent. In both Buddhist teachings and the practice of daily life, this number emphasizes the importance of being mindful and present in all that we do. It speaks to the idea that every action, no matter how small, has meaning when it is performed with clear intention. When we focus our energy, we can achieve greater results, whether in our spiritual growth or material success. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a core practice. It involves being fully aware of the present moment, noticing our thoughts, actions, and surroundings without distraction. This mindful awareness allows us to approach life with clarity, bringing more focus to our goals. Number 14 teaches us that to live with purpose, we must first direct our energy toward the things that truly matter. It's easy to get lost in the distractions of daily life, whether it's work, social media, or other external pressures. However, number 14 reminds us that true success comes from channeling our energy into what is important and letting go of what doesn't serve our higher purpose. Precision and intent are central to number 14's message. In everything we do, we have the power to direct our energy with clear intention. Just as a skilled craftsman carefully shapes his work, we too must approach our goals with a focused mind and determined heart. Whether it's working on a project, building relationships, or developing our spiritual practice, each step must be intentional. This focus allows us to move forward with purpose, ensuring that our energy is being used in the most effective way. Prioritization also plays a key role in this number. In a world filled with countless distractions and opportunities, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Number 14 teaches us to prioritize what aligns with our values and goals. By carefully choosing where to direct our attention, we can achieve more with less effort. When we prioritize wisely, we create space for what truly nurtures us, whether it's our spiritual well-being, our relationships, or our work. This focused energy doesn't just bring success, it brings fulfillment. Buddhist wisdom often speaks of the importance of simplicity. When we simplify our lives and focus on the essentials, we find peace. Number 14 encourages us to apply this principle in everything we do. By eliminating distractions and honing in on what's most important, we can cultivate a sense of clarity and purpose. This focused energy allows us to move forward with confidence, knowing that we are spending our time and resources wisely. In this sense, number 14 is a reminder to approach each moment with purpose. When we wake up each day, we can ask ourselves, what is my intention for today? What energy do I want to focus on? When we answer these questions with mindfulness and clarity, we can better align ourselves with our true goals. This focused energy doesn't just lead to material success, but to a deeper, more meaningful life. Ultimately, number 14 teaches us that success doesn't come from being busy or scattered. It comes from being mindful, intentional, and focused. By cultivating these qualities, we can create a life that is not only successful, but also balanced and fulfilling. Number 6 is all about nurturing and growth. It represents the cycles of giving and receiving, an idea deeply rooted in Buddhist wisdom and the natural world. Everything in life is interconnected, and this number encourages us to reflect on how we contribute to the world, as well as how we receive its gifts. Just as a gardener tends to plants, nurturing them with care and patience, number 6 teaches us the value of nurturing not only others, but also ourselves. In the cycles of life, giving and receiving are constant and ongoing. When we give, whether it's our time, energy, or love, we set in motion a flow that comes back to us in different ways. This cycle is important for our spiritual growth. Buddhism teaches that generosity and compassion are not just acts of kindness, they are essential parts of our spiritual practice. By giving freely, we create space for receiving, and in turn, we allow our lives to grow. Number 6 reminds us that what we give is not lost, but comes back to us in ways that may surprise us, often when we least expect it. Organic growth is another key aspect of number 6. Just as plants grow naturally, responding to the right conditions, we too must allow ourselves to grow in a way that feels natural to us. This means being patient with the process and trusting that growth takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. In Buddhism, the idea of gradual progress is central to many practices, including meditation and mindfulness. Spiritual growth is like a seed that, when nurtured, slowly becomes a strong and beautiful tree. The key is patience and understanding that growth cannot be rushed. We must give ourselves the space and time to grow, and understand that it is okay to progress at our own pace. Number 6 teaches the importance of consistent effort. Just as a gardener doesn't neglect their plants, we must consistently put in the effort to nurture our relationships, our work, and our spiritual practice. It's easy to become discouraged if we don't see immediate results, but number 6 reminds us that growth happens in cycles. There will be times of rapid growth and times of rest. Both are important. In our daily lives, this means showing up with intention and effort, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Over time, the work we put in will bear fruit. In the same way that nature follows its own cycles, so too do we. Number 6 teaches us to trust in the process of growth, knowing that every step we take, no matter how small, contributes to our overall development. Whether we are growing spiritually or working toward our material goals, the consistent effort we put in, no matter how slow, will lead to progress. Patience, persistence, and a nurturing attitude are all needed for growth to happen naturally. The cycles of giving and receiving, organic growth, and consistent effort all tie into a bigger picture of balance. Number 6 reminds us that we are part of a greater whole, that our actions matter, and that growth is a process that unfolds in its own time. By being patient, persistent, and nurturing, we can experience personal and spiritual growth that lasts. Number 21 symbolizes renewal and optimism, embodying the spirit of fresh beginnings and the power of transformation. It represents a time when we can leave behind the past and step forward with a renewed sense of purpose. In Buddhism, the idea of impermanence is central, reminding us that nothing lasts forever, and every moment offers an opportunity for change. Number 21 invites us to embrace these moments of transformation, knowing that each new beginning brings the potential for growth, healing, and hope. Fresh beginnings are powerful. They hold the promise of a clean slate, offering us a chance to start anew. Whether it's in our spiritual practice, our work, or our personal lives, Number 21 encourages us to embrace the idea that we can always begin again. Every new day brings a chance to reset, to try something different, and to approach life with a renewed perspective. Buddhism teaches that we are not bound by our past. We have the ability to transform ourselves at any moment. Number 21 serves as a reminder that no matter how challenging the past may have been, the future is full of possibilities. Transformation and change are constant themes in both Buddhism and Number 21. Change is not something to fear, but something to welcome. In life, transformation happens in cycles, much like the changing seasons. There are times of growth, times of rest, and times of letting go. Number 21 encourages us to embrace the process of transformation, knowing that it is through change that we evolve and grow. It reminds us that change, although sometimes difficult, is also an opportunity for us to shed old habits, beliefs, and limitations. Just as a seed must change and break open to grow into a plant, we too must undergo transformation to reach our fullest potential. Resilience and hope are also deeply connected to Number 21. When we face challenges, it's easy to lose sight of our ability to bounce back. But Number 21 teaches us that resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It's about how we respond to it. In Buddhism, resilience is often cultivated through mindfulness and acceptance. It's the ability to stay grounded in the face of adversity and trust that everything is part of a greater plan. Number 21 reminds us that even in our hardest moments, there is always hope for a better tomorrow. Each day is a new opportunity to rise, to renew ourselves, and to approach life with optimism. Hope is the fuel that drives us forward. Without hope, we may feel lost or stuck, but with hope, even the most difficult situations can be seen as temporary. Number 21 inspires us to hold on to that hope, to believe that no matter what happens, we have the strength to move forward. Hope isn't about ignoring the difficulties we face. It's about maintaining the belief that things can improve and that we have the power to make positive changes in our lives. Number 21 teaches us that renewal, transformation, and resilience are all part of the natural cycles of life. Every ending holds the seed of a new beginning, and every challenge offers the chance for growth. It's a number that inspires us to stay hopeful, to embrace change with optimism, and to trust in our ability to transform. With each fresh beginning, we can renew our energy, refocus our intentions, and move forward with greater strength and wisdom. Number 48 embodies the concepts of abundance and achievement, representing the fruition of efforts and the rewards that come from consistent hard work. It is a number that highlights the balance between striving for success and surrendering to the natural flow of life. Number 48 encourages us to recognize that while it is important to work towards our goals, we must also allow ourselves to be open to receiving the results, trusting that everything will come at the right time. The fruition of efforts is at the core of number 48. When we put in the time, energy, and dedication into something, we are sowing seeds for future success. Whether it's our spiritual practice, our personal growth, or our material goals, number 48 reminds us that all our efforts are not in vain. Every step we take towards our goals brings us closer to the outcome we desire. In Buddhism, the concept of karma teaches us that our actions, both good and bad, eventually return to us. Number 48 reflects this idea, showing us that when we invest in our goals with good intentions, the rewards will come. It encourages us to trust the process and know that our hard work will eventually bear fruit. However, number 48 also teaches us the importance of balance. While striving for success is crucial, we must also practice surrendering to the natural flow of life. In Buddhism, the concept of letting go is essential. It's not about forcing outcomes or controlling every aspect of our lives, but about aligning ourselves with the present moment and trusting that things will unfold as they should. Striving too hard or pushing too much can lead to frustration and burnout. Number 48 invites us to recognize when it's time to take action and when it's time to step back, allowing life to take its course. It's in this balance between effort and surrender that true abundance is found. Celebration of progress is another key aspect of number 48. Often, we get so focused on the end goal that we forget to acknowledge the small victories along the way. Number 48 reminds us to celebrate every step of the journey, no matter how small it may seem. Whether it's a breakthrough in our spiritual practice, a milestone in our career, or a positive change in our personal lives, it's important to celebrate progress. In Buddhism, gratitude is a central practice. When we take time to recognize and appreciate the progress we've made, we open ourselves up to even greater abundance. Celebrating our achievements helps us stay motivated and connected to the positive energy that surrounds us. Ultimately, number 48 teaches us that abundance comes when we find the right balance between striving and surrendering. Success is not just about hard work, it's also about trusting the process and allowing life to unfold naturally. It's about acknowledging that while we can control our actions, we cannot control every outcome. When we balance our efforts with the ability to let go and trust in the timing of life, we create space for abundance and achievement to flow into our lives. Number 43 represents wisdom and stability, bringing together the qualities of experience, resilience, and the ability to navigate through uncertainty. It reminds us that true wisdom doesn't come from simply knowing facts, but from understanding life's complexities and responding with grounded stability. This number highlights the importance of remaining steady in the face of challenges and embracing the present moment as a source of strength and clarity. Experience is a key component of wisdom. As we go through life, we accumulate experiences that shape how we view the world and respond to difficulties. Number 43 reminds us that wisdom often comes from the lessons we learn along the way, not just from academic knowledge or external teachings. In Buddhism, there is a deep respect for the wisdom that comes from lived experience. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to grow, and number 43 encourages us to reflect on our past experiences, using them as a foundation for navigating future challenges. The more we experience, the better equipped we are to handle life's uncertainties with grace and clarity. Resilience is another crucial aspect of number 43. Life is full of ups and downs, and it is our ability to bounce back from setbacks that defines our strength. Resilience is about staying firm, like a tree that weathers the storm, standing tall even when the winds are strong. Buddhism teaches the importance of cultivating resilience through mindfulness and inner peace. By staying rooted in the present moment, we can endure hardship without becoming overwhelmed. Number 43 encourages us to trust in our inner strength, knowing that we have the resilience to handle whatever comes our way. It is through resilience that we transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Navigating through uncertainty is one of the greatest tests of wisdom. Life is full of unknowns, and it's easy to feel unsettled when we don't know what lies ahead. Number 43 reminds us that while we can't control everything, we can control how we respond. Wisdom comes from understanding that uncertainty is a natural part of life, and instead of fearing it, we can embrace it with confidence. Buddhism teaches that uncertainty is part of the impermanent nature of existence. And when we accept this, we can approach life with a sense of calm and openness. Number 43 encourages us to trust the flow of life, knowing that even in times of uncertainty, we can remain steady, guided by the wisdom we've gained through our experiences. Present moment awareness is at the heart of number 43. In Buddhism, mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware of the present moment, without judgment or distraction. When we are fully present, we are able to respond to life's challenges with clarity and calm. Number 43 teaches us that wisdom is not about overthinking or worrying about the future, but about being fully engaged in the here and now. By practicing mindfulness, we can navigate uncertainty with confidence, drawing on our past experiences and resilience to handle whatever comes our way. Ultimately, number 43 teaches us that wisdom and stability come from experience, resilience, and the ability to remain present in the moment. Life's uncertainties are inevitable, but through mindfulness and wisdom, we can face them with calm and clarity. When we embrace each experience as an opportunity to grow, we become more grounded and stable, navigating life's challenges with greater ease. In this section, I want to share a personal story that many of you might relate to. For years, I struggled with financial difficulties, constantly feeling overwhelmed and unsure of how I would manage. There were times when bills piled up, and it felt like no matter how hard I worked, I couldn't get ahead. I was stuck in a cycle of stress and anxiety, questioning what I was doing wrong and why it seemed so difficult to break free. During this period, I often felt alone, as though my struggles were unique. But over time, I began to realize something important. I wasn't the only one facing financial hardship. Many people, in one form or another, go through similar challenges. The fear of not having enough, the uncertainty of the future, and the pressure to meet expectations can be overwhelming. If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know that you're not alone. It's a common struggle, and it's okay to acknowledge the difficulties we face. One of the key Buddhist teachings that helped me shift my perspective during this time was the concept of impermanence. In Buddhism, we are reminded that nothing in life stays the same forever. Whether it's joy or hardship, everything is constantly changing. Financial struggles, just like any other challenge, are temporary. This realization was profound for me. It helped me understand that my situation was not permanent. The stress and anxiety I felt about money weren't going to last forever. This teaching gave me the strength to keep going, even when things seemed tough. As I started to embrace the idea of impermanence, my mindset began to change. I stopped focusing so much on the fear of not having enough and instead started to focus on what I could control: my actions, my attitude, and my choices. This shift in mindset helped me approach my financial situation with greater clarity and calmness. I began to seek out practical solutions, adjust my spending habits, and look for opportunities to increase my income. It wasn't easy and it didn't happen overnight, but I gradually began to see progress. This journey of transformation was not just about my finances. It was about changing the way I thought about life's challenges. I learned that it wasn't the difficulties that defined me, but how I responded to them. By embracing the teachings of impermanence and focusing on a positive mindset, I was able to turn my struggles into opportunities for growth. Slowly, I found myself in a better place, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. If you're facing challenges in your own life, whether they're related to finances, relationships, or personal growth, I want to remind you that you have the power to transform your mindset. The struggles you're facing right now won't last forever. Embrace the teachings of impermanence, focus on what you can control, and take small steps toward change. With time, patience, and persistence, you'll find that the path forward is clearer and your circumstances will improve. I invite you to share your own stories and experiences in the comments below. Have you faced challenges similar to the ones I've shared? How have you navigated through difficult times? By opening up and sharing our journeys, we can support one another and build a stronger, more connected community. You are not alone in your struggles, and together, we can create a space of encouragement, understanding, and shared growth. As we close, I want to leave you with this affirmation: I rise above challenges, embracing success and peace. Remember, every step you take toward growth, no matter how small, is a victory. We are all on this journey together, and by supporting one another, we can overcome any obstacles we face. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please consider sharing it with someone who may benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can continue to explore more ideas, wisdom, and practical tips on how to live a balanced, fulfilled life. Thank you for being here today. Keep moving forward with hope and resilience, and I look forward to our next video. Take care, and remember, you have everything you need to succeed and find peace.